lot, but never cop no drop. Hold mics like ponytails tight.
You are now listening to the Orange and Blue Crew. Here are your hosts, JJ and Joseph.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the Orange and Blue Crew. As y'all know, I'm JJ. He's Jace, aka Anytime Knicks on Twitter. You can go check that out if you want. Link will be posted in the description. How are we doing today? We just hit a minute. We already got audio issues. That's
Audio's
just
a little bit choppy, bro. I don't know if it's you or me.
No, I think it's me. I think it's you because I'm coming out pretty good. It's all good. Anyways, how we doing today? On this great Saturday.
Okay, there we go. Now we good now. I guess it must have been just the start of it, man. But yo, man, good morning to everybody. Thank you for coming through, man. If you're here with me and KingJJCegs, you're in the right place, man. It's your guy Jay from East New York, Anytime Knicks, man. And yo, what's good, man? I'm ready to talk Knicks. I'm ready.
There's nothing better than talking Knicks, especially when the team is good. But even if they're shit, you'd still love talking New York Knicks because this is New York's team. We are the, as they say, we are the New York Knicks. Gotta love that. Anyway, let's just get right into it. The trade deadline has come and gone. And because my dumb school policy has a thing where you have to put your stupid phones in these dumb pouches, and I was not on Twitter the entire day. It took to me being in my 6th period gym class to my coach calling me over because he's a huge Knick fan, and he broke the news to me. And when I saw the trade at first, I was skeptical when I saw Alec Burks. But then all of a sudden, I see a second guy. And the guy that got me to like this trade was Bojan Bogdanovic. Ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks make a blockbuster move at the trade deadline. Let me hear your thoughts. Hang on. Let me move my mic closer.
Yo, I love the sign. I love the trade, man. Like, this is really huge for this Knicks squad for the simple fact that now we have an extreme amount of depth and we have an even extremer amount of versatility, guys. See, I said last episode, I'm a Swiss Army knife kind of guy. You know, I like versatility. And now, Thomas Thibodeau, you have a very versatile 1 through 10 because we are 10 deep now, guys. Actually, we're 11 deep to some, you know. So
some say 12.
People would like to see that 9-man rotation open up a little bit. I don't know if Tibbs is going to do it, but this is a good problem to have. Yeah, you know, but this is a good problem to have, man. Adding a Bojan Bogdanovic, you just added 15 to 20 points of offense. Adding Alec Burks, you're getting a bucket getter. You're getting somebody that can be a secondary, third string facilitator. Like, he's going to make guys like Deuce better. He's going to make guys' job like Josh Hart better. Josh Hart is no longer going to have to be a perimeter threat now that you added a Alec Burks and you added a Bojan Bogdanovic. This is a perfect fit for this Knicks team, man. I'm really stoked about this trade.
You talked to me about the Alec Burks a lot on our debut episode, so I know you are happy about this. Here's the thing that I got to bring up about the trade, and it's a good thing. So I really don't got anything bad to say about this trade.
Yeah.
We didn't give up a single first-round pick. We traded for OG Anunoby, Precious Achiuwa, Bojan Bogdanovic, and Alec Burks, and didn't have to give up a single number 1 pick. Not one. It was crazy. We traded Quentin Grimes, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, Evan Fournier, and Malachi Flynn, which, not going to lie, that one pissed me off. I like Malachi Flynn. I thought he could have been a good guy for the future, but I can't
Evil
believe
Dante. That's what we call him on
Evil Dante.
Twitter.
Yes, Evil Dante. He looks just like him. But the truth of the matter is this. I can't believe I'm saying this. I never thought I'd ever say this. The New York Knicks. Let me clear the air real quick. The New York Knicks are in win now mode. I can't believe I just said that with my lips. The Knicks are in win now mode. They now have a 12-man rotation. Your starting 5, Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, OG Anunoby, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, because they're not going to give iHeart the starting spot, which is a little bit of BS, but it might be the right call. Off the bench, iHeart, Josh Hart, Precious Achua, Alec Burks, Boyan Bogdanovic, Jericho Sims, Deuce McBride. That's a 12-man rotation, ladies and gentlemen. Are you not entertained?
Well, I don't.
I mean, seriously.
Get him hyped.
Are you not entertained?
But I don't think we're gonna.
Are
see
you
Sims.
not entertained?
I don't
Leon
think.
Rose,
I
absolute
think
master.
Sims and Precious. I think we see less minutes from Sims and Precious. When we're fully healthy. I'm not talking about. Yeah, there's a little delay, man. There's a little delay going on.
It's okay.
I'm on a wired connection, so I don't. Yeah, so I'm trying to see what's going on here, man.
It's okay.
But
no,
okay,
Precious is not
trying to
losing
push
minutes. Precious is not losing minutes. It would be because he is our backup power forward. Because although you did say Boyan Bogdan, am I saying that right, or is it Boyan or is it Bojan? How am I saying it?
Boyan. It's Boyan.
Boyan. Okay, Boyan. Okay, Boyan. You said to me earlier can play the 2, the 3, and the 4.
There we go.
But I think the Knicks would primarily use him as a small forward, in my personal opinion. That's just the way that I feel about it. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, I've said multiple times that I'm a basketball casual and I don't follow really anything else besides the Knicks. So, but the way that I see it is Tibbs' system is very clear. He wants to be strong, disciplined, and defensive. Now, with Burks, you could put him at the 2 or the 3. Bojan, whatever the hell his name is, he's Croatian. Doesn't matter. He's like Luka Modric. He's Croatian. Point of the matter is, I think
still
Precious
trying to figure out a nickname for him. Yeah,
I would just call him Bogdanovic, but I mean that's too complicated because I ain't got the mouth strength to say Bogdanovic every time. I mean, I know I can say Arjadiak.
I'm trying to get some nicknames out for him.
Yeah, shout out Queen Ebony because she's gonna have a fun time pronouncing this guy.
Trying to get some nicknames out for him.
Yo, shout out Queen Ebony because she's gonna have a lot of fun pronouncing
shout out
this.
to the Queen, man. Definitely, man. I'm still having a little bit of like issues, man. I think it was my camera quality. I turned it down, so hopefully, it's down to standard. So hopefully, my quality is, I don't freeze up as much. But yeah. So what I wanted to touch on was the depth of the Knicks team. I think that we have a good problem now. You feel me? We got about 4 bigs that all are serviceable when you get back a healthy Mitchell Robinson. You have a big and Precious Achua who can go 4 or 5 because he can defend well in the paint.
He'll be our backup center
at times. I'm not going to say he's a knockdown shooter.
He is not a knockdown shooter. He is not a knockdown shooter. Could be,
but then you have Jericho, who's just a defensive stalwart, right? And he can't shoot. So what that tells me is pretty much I'm looking at it like this: game time situations. If you're going against a team like, let's say, Minnesota Timberwolves, they have a Karl Anthony Towns, they have a Gobert, 2 big bodies. You can play a Precious Achua and a Mitchell Robinson. You know what I'm saying? You can put Sims in the game as a sub, the guard against a Rudy Gobert. You know what I'm saying? Because he's smaller than Gobert, but he's athletic and he jumps out the gym. So that would give, as long as he can box out Gobert, that would be, like that's just a little scenario, So basically, I feel like with the personnel that we just added, we literally have an unlimited amount of opportunities with the lineups we can put out. You know what I'm saying? I'm even looking forward to seeing Julius Randle at the 5, guys. I would love to see some small ball Randle at the 5, man. I think that the Knicks offense would be devastating if you put a Randle at the 5, Bojan at the 3, OG at the 4. You can put Dante, you can put Hart at the 2, whoever you want. And Brunson, that is deadly, man. And then you still got others that come off the bench. Alec Burks. You know what I'm saying? Alec Burks, man. He is going to be a great addition to this Knicks bench, man. I can't wait to see my guy Big Money AD back in the number 18 for the New York Knicks, man. It's gonna be great, man. The vibes is immaculate. I'm hyped, man. I can't wait to see my guy ball out. It's gonna be
You
fun.
seem very excited, and I'm very happy about that. Now, one thing that you mentioned is that the Knicks have a ton of depth. That you mentioned to me a few times. Here's the truth. The Orange and Blue crew, we have depth ourselves, as we might be having some special guests joining us in a little bit. But with that being said, you're happy about your guy? Well, I'll tell you one thing right now. There's one guy that is near and dear to my heart that I'm the one who's proud of. This guy he spends one season in Golden State, and he may or may not have stolen Klay Thompson's talent. I'm talking about the pride of the Italian Knicks, Dante DiVincenzo.
Let's go. I love it. Let's go.
That is
Fly
my
your flag,
boy.
bro. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to the Italians, man. Shout out to my guy Tony, Eddie Presti, my guy JJ, man. Repping for the Italians, man. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. It's a great time to be an Italian Knicks fan because Dante DiVincenzo. This was, what I'm about to pull up to you was his stats against the Dallas Mavericks, a game where the Knicks were down. Julius Randle, OG Anunoby, Jalen Brunson, Mitchell Robinson, Quentin Grimes, and more. This guy in a bad loss to the Mavericks, but I wouldn't say it was bad. We had like nobody. 36 points, 7 threes. The only bright spot of the Mavericks game was the Italian Dante DiVincenzo. And like, I don't know what more to say. Like, everybody's trying to count this guy out that he's finally gonna have a bad game. This dude is a bucket getter. And it shows every time I watch him play the great game of basketball. He might be the best, and I'm going to go ahead and say it. He is the best pure shooter the Knicks have had since Allen Houston. I said it. This is the new Allen Houston. I've seen enough. It's been, 3 months? What more do I got to say?
High praise. That's high praise, man.
What do you got to say about our boy Dante?
Yo, listen. Shout out to Dante DiVincenzo, man. Shout out to Red Curry, Big Paisa, as my guy Steak calls him. Yo, shout out to the OG Rick. He came up with Red Curry, man. Like, this is what we doing with the Knicks fandom. We having fun, guys. Like, it's so much good things to talk about. And Dante is one of the reasons why this Knicks team is so fucking fun to watch, man. Like, just seeing this guy turn the corner for me, I appreciate it. I was one of those guys that I thought this was going to be a big year for Quentin Grimes. I was looking at a RJ Barrett and saying, man, this is year 5, man. Like, I didn't really understand the signing of Dante DiVincenzo. But, man, talk about a top-ranked signing for Leon Rose in the Knicks front office, man. This guy has been better than advertised. That was my main concern. Is he going to be as good as advertised? He's been better. And a lot of people are starting to look at this guy as, hey, maybe he's actually a star. Like, some people are talking about that on the Twitter timeline. Like, this kid can ball, with the right opportunity and the right situation. Him being with the Villanova boys, I think that this is mentally, everything is just clicking for him, and he's in his prime. Like, Dante is playing next to his best friend in Brunson, and he's showing the New York Knicks so much love, man. He's playing so well, man. I have nothing but praise for Dante DiVincenzo. I'm thankful that the Knicks brought him in. He's a great addition to this team, man. Shout out to Leon Rose, man. Shout out to Thomas Thibodeau for coaching this guy up, man, because this is the best version I've seen of Dante DiVincenzo.
Hang on one sec, because there is something that's special to me about all 3 of these guys, and it's not because Dante DiVincenzo is Italian. I just so happen, when it comes to college basketball, to be a Villanova Wildcats fan. So to see all these boys that I'm watching in college
shout out to the Wildcats,
it up
man. Villanova
on my favorite team, you gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. It's beautiful. It is
Fact.
absolutely beautiful. And I got to undergo a wardrobe change. So just bear
Mhm.
with me for the next 35 seconds.
What you up to over there, JJ? You got a surprise, huh? You about to do something crazy, bro.
I said 35. It only took me 25. Gotta love it. So while we're on this topic,
Shout out to
we
the
can
Villanova
both
Knicks.
agree. Yes, sir. My Nova Knicks. Like it's so special to me being a Nova guy, seeing all of these Knick players thrive with this team. Like it's dear to my heart. Like it really is. So that is why I've enjoyed watching this Nova team over the last 5 years. Shout out Jay Wright. He's the real reason this is happening. And I don't know about you, but I heard a lot of rumors that Jay Wright would eventually become the head coach of the New York Knicks. Did you hear any sort of rumors about that? Because that's a lot that I heard when there was talk about firing Thibodeau. And by the way, he has shut all those critics up about
Well,
firing Thibodeau.
honestly, I I haven't really heard much about any coaching hirings regarding the Knicks since last year. And yeah, I do believe that it was a college coach that they was after. Maybe it was him. I'm just not
Jay
sure.
Wright. It
Last
was
year
Jay
I
Wright.
kind of was like I knew, yeah, I knew Tibbs was on the hot seat before the Josh Hart trade, but I can't really recollect. But the coach that I wanted after we lost to Miami was Monty Williams. That was the coach that I thought the Knicks should have went after. Just for the simple fact that I like what I saw from Monty Williams when he coached Chris Paul. I like what I saw. Like he coaches point guards in a way that I felt like he would push the Knicks over the top. Man, shout out to the Detroit Pistons and Cade Cunningham. It's been a rough year for those guys. But when you have a coach like Monty Williams, when you have a great talent like Cade Cunningham, those guys they're gonna mesh eventually, and that team is gonna be great, man. But yeah, as far as coaching is concerned, I have to give Tibbs all his credit, man. Shout out to Tom Thibodeau, man. He's been
He's
coaching this
he
New York Knicks team in a phenomenal fashion, man. And with these trades that we made, he only has even more firepower to add into the offense. We already know he's a defensive minded coach. He has a tough point guard in Jalen Brunson. Like, our bench depth, our starters, everybody is conducive of a Tom Thibodeau style offensive team. So, yo, shout out to Tibbs, man. Yeah, we building around Tibbs at this point, and it's working. Got to give him his credit.
Yes, you absolutely have to. And the other thing you got to give the Knicks credit for is the fact that they are still winning games despite being incredibly shorthanded. Now, I hate doing this part, but to all the Knicks fans out there, it's that time of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your injury report. So, as you can see, a lot of guys are injured.
Oh
Jalen
man.
Brunson got hurt against the Memphis Grizzlies. See, that's my only issue with Tibbs, that he leaves the starters in for far too long, and that did cause an injury. But, I mean, I'm not going to blame Tibbs for it. Then you had Isaiah Hartenstein being injured against the Mavericks. Bogdanovich is day-to-day. Burks day-to-day, but they'll most likely be playing on tonight is what I'm hearing. And then you've
Mm.
got OG Anunoby's going to be done for 3 weeks, which I kind of expected, but at the end of the day, it could have went a lot worse. And it says Mitchell Robinson's going to be starting his on-court stuff after the break, so nothing really too surprising here when you take a look at this.
Okay. Okay.
What are you thinking about this, the injury report?
Okay. So we're playing the Indiana Pacers tonight, right?
We will dive into in a few minutes.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna save my take for that then. Well, just to give my take on the injury report. I want to see our new additions, man. If Brunson sits out, cool. But I want to see big money Birkin bag, Alec Burks in the building. I want to see Bojan. I want to see these guys. Like, I need it. You feel me? Like, I'm a Knicks junkie, and like that's the fix, man. Like, I want to see these guys on the floor, and I want I can't wait to see AB and Dante on the floor. Yo, this shit is gonna be special, guys. Like, yo, I'm getting so excited for role players. Like, like I already know what our stars are gonna do. It's the regular season. I can't wait for Randall to get back healthy, man. But yo, we
Yeah.
got a lot of big things in store, man. This Knicks team is gonna be fun, man. So I just want to see our new additions so they can start getting acclimated to the offense. Start learning their guys and just meshing, man. That's really all it's about.
And the only person that really needs to mesh is Bogdanovich because Burks played for Tibbs already. He knows what Tibbs is about. One year in Detroit's not going to kill the dude. In all seriousness, though, I do have one question for you. When will your special guests be arriving?
I sent the link out right now. Hold on. My son just came in. Let me mute up. Yeah, I sent the link out.
Alrighty. Well, take your time because we got plenty of it. I look at this injury report and I realize to myself, one, I never want to see Frank Fleming at a Knicks game ever again. Ever since he shook OG Anunoby's hand, his elbow has been completely destroyed. I'm not one for jinxes, but Frank Fleming may have ended OG Anunoby's season. God forbid. Bogdanovich, day-to-day with his calf injury. I'm sure he'll be playing today. Same goes for Burks. Brunson is questionable. Hartenstein is out. Sims is questionable as well. But, I mean, I can't really say I'm shocked by this. I don't know about you.
I mean, yeah, we kind of already knew this. They announced that OG Anunoby had that minor surgery. He's going to be out at least 3 to 6 weeks from what I'm hearing. I think that was a great time to do it. You want to get your guys in position to be as healthy as possible going into the latter part of the season and into the playoffs. And I think we let Julius heal up. We're waiting for OG to come back. iHeart can rest and stay off of that leg. We're gonna be okay, guys. Like, the standings are fluctuating up and down, everything in between. But we're gonna be okay, guys. Like, honestly, I don't care where we land in the season anymore. I just think that nobody wants to see us in the first round. Nobody wants to see us in the second round. I think our hardest test will be in the Eastern Conference Finals. But we got to get there. I'm not saying that the Knicks are fully penciled into the Eastern Conference Finals. But on paper, this roster is strong enough to get there. You can't look at this roster and say, that's not a deep playoff run team. It's no way you can look at this roster and say that. And guys like Kenny the Jet Smith and Richard Jefferson, man, these media guys, they get on TV and they just talk bad about the Knicks and they sound terrible. Like their takes are absolutely terrible. You don't
I
watch the
mean,
Knicks. Just say that, man.
I
Your takes are
mean,
terrible.
are you surprised? Because I'm not. They've been doing this shit. This
It's
ain't
sad.
nothing new to
It's
me.
sad. It's sad because it's like, the Knicks are literally the hottest thing in the NBA. Shout out to the Cleveland Cavaliers. They've been pretty hot lately, but whatever. Who cares? They pretty much have the same squad. I don't think Cleveland is really going to make any noise in the playoffs, especially if they see us early in the playoffs. They're out of here.
We
So
all know, and we all know what's happening. Yeah, I know. We all know what's gonna happen in playoff time. We gonna pack the Cavs up again, and Donovan Mitchell is gonna be back in his New York Mets phase for the majority of the offseason. And that's why I love Donovan Mitchell. Like, I would wanted the Knicks to get Mitchell just because how much he loves New York, but at this point, we don't need him anymore. Want to know why?
we don't. We
Want to
got
know
Jalen
why?
Brunson. We
Not
got
even.
Jalen Brunson.
We got DiVincenzo, baby.
We got DiVincenzo.
A big paisano. I'll never forget this. I'm going off topic a little bit. When I went to the Knicks, and I believe it was Knicks versus it was Knicks Timberwolves on New Year's Day. It was OG Anunoby's first game. He dropped a solid 17. Randall had 39. And that's when I stopped hating on Randall. And then after that happens, throughout the game, I'm hearing these loud, like, I guess you could say some guy was yelling from the bridge. I was right next to him. My group was here. His guys were over here. So we're like two separate. There's like a barricade, obviously, for each bridge. And this guy is screaming at the top of his lungs, yo, we don't need RJ and IQ. We got DiVincenzo, baby. And I couldn't help but just start laughing. And now I see what that guy was talking about, because we got ourselves a bona fide superstar of a scorer. Also, speaking of superstars, where are your superstars at? They coming or they going? What we doing here, man? It's amateur hour.
I'm sorry, say that again. I couldn't hear you.
When are the guests arriving, if possible? Because we about to get into the Pacers preview.
I sent the link out. If anybody, shout out the state, man. But hopefully, they come in and all of that. I'm gonna DM it to them directly, so that way they see it. But yeah, man, I think that I wanna go off on a tangent a little bit.
Go ahead.
I want
Floor's
to talk
yours.
about. I want to have a serious. I want to have a serious. I want to ask you this: if playoffs started today,
Yeah.
who we be seeing in the first round? Let's get that clear first. So if the playoffs started today, the Knicks would be facing like the Pacers. Somebody that's probably who we be seeing. Let's see. Let's go to. All right, the Knicks are the 4 seed, so the 4 and the 5 would
Philly.
play
Philly.
today. Philly can't beat us in the 7-game series.
They're without
Philly
Joel
can beat us in a
Embiid.
7-game series, guys. They don't have Embiid, and honestly, even if they had Embiid, I think they would stand a chance. Actually, like, how do you
I agree.
feel about this team? Like, what do you think is the floor or ceiling for this team in the playoffs?
The floor would be out in round one. That would be the most disappointing outcome this team could possibly have. The ceiling, NBA Finals. NBA Finals. That is how good this team really is when you look at it on paper, because you have so much depth. When you're fully healthy, you would be unstoppable, and no team ever goes into the playoffs fully healthy. There's always something going on with that team. And I think we will probably be without Mitchell Robinson for the playoffs, but that's not as big of a loss as, say, OG Anunoby or Jalen Brunson. It's not like a crazy bad loss like everybody would think it would be. So that's my take on that. Now, our final topic of the evening, a reignited rivalry once again. Now, I'm about to pull up a clip that was shown from a Twitter space that I was a part of. And everybody goes on to say that, and this is deep into Twitter, shout out my boy State, because I'm pretty sure he was the host of this space. It was a more emotional space than everything, but when it was time to show the energy, we brought the energy. Like, I will never forget that game. It was against the Indiana Pacers. The Knicks were trailing by, I believe, 15 at one point?
Yeah, we went on a late run, man. That was a fun game. Like, yo, shout out to the 90s Knicks fans. Like, when Obi got traded, yo, people were mad. They were like, why are you rooting for Obi? He went to the Pacers. And I didn't understand it. But
I was
now it's like,
happy. I
I'm
did
starting to
not like
get it.
OG.
I'm starting to get it now. It's the rivalry of it. Like, when we played against the Pacers that last game, I was so angry. I was at work. I wanted to throw my phone because I'm like, yo, why are we fucking losing, man? I was so pissed off. And then we started to turn it around. Yo, I was going through some things at work, man. I work in I work in the public, I'll say that. So like when you work in the public, you have to deal with a lot of people. And I just was having a bad day. My supervisors came to my job and they were being total assholes, implementing new rules. Man, that Knicks win that night, man, it washed away everything, man. Like I wanted us to win that game so bad, and the fact that we scratched and clawed and fought back and got that win, that just shows the grit of this New York Knicks team, man. And that's what I needed. I needed that motivation to know that, yo, man, you may be down and you may have a tough time, but everything will be all right, man, as long as you stay in the game, man. And that's what I learned from the Knicks, and that helped me in my real life. You know what I'm saying? Because I was able to breathe easy, and I didn't feel the stress that I felt after all of the stuff that was going on and having that long day. So I really appreciate the Knicks for going out and getting a win that night, man. They really did a lot for my mentals that night, man.
It was
Thank you,
that was
man.
a
Thank you, New York
special.
Knicks. That was a great win. So I
That
get why the
was
rivalry is so deep. Like I feel it now. Now I get it. I see it. I understand it. Like yo, the Pacers and the Knicks we're rivals now. Halliburton and Jalen Brunson, their names have been mentioned in the same breath a lot for the past 2 years now since Jalen Brunson became a Knick. There's been a lot of talk about who's better.
yeah.
Not a rivalry, guys.
Oh yeah. The rivalry is officially reignited, and that's something that I love to see when it comes to these two teams. Salute to the host, how to show love, Trippy, and just hit that subscribe. Yes, sir, VSN. Gotta love it. This is what I
Shout out to
love.
my boy Trip, man. Shout out to my guy VSN Trippy, man. That's one of my brothers, man. I'm so glad he was able to come through, man.
He
I
wants to,
posted the
hey,
link on Twitter. Yo, man, bring him up, man. Bring him up. I know
if he
he's
wants
ready
to, if he wants to hop on, send that man the link, and we can have ourselves a great show, man. Because like time is money, and time does not exist when you're talking New York Knicks. That's the way that I feel about that. Time does not exist when you're talking about the New York Knicks. Now I'm scrolling like crazy because I have to find this Twitter space because this is everybody tells me this is hands down my best Twitter. I wouldn't even call it a rant, but like Twitter spiel of all time.
You looking to show the great take that you had? That's what you're
Oh
trying to
yeah.
do.
Oh
Okay,
yeah. I gotta find this.
Oh
Because
yeah.
this was all right, where is it? It was the Knicks Pacers post game. All right, here we go. All right, let me find this shit. And you'll be able to hear the audio because I'm gonna share the screen with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And it's deep in. So let me find this thing. Let me know if you can hear that. I can't sell the bag right now. I can hear it. Can you hear it, Jay?
Nah, I can't hear it.
You can't hear it? All right, let's put it on my phone then, because this is what it was.
Shout out to the man. Appreciate you, man. Next up, let me get King JJ out of here. Yo, JJ, what up?
What the fuck is up, Knicks fans? I am fucking ecstatic right now. First sentence, I'm already dropping F-bombs. First sentence, I'm already dropping F-bombs. I don't know if y'all were in Smitty's space. Brutus was, Smitty was, obviously, and a bunch of other Knicks fans. By the way, we got close to 300 people in this motherfucker. That is how you know we are the greatest fan base on God's space. Was
Shout 300 in the space, man. Shout out to everyone that's here, orange and blue.
Yeah, 100%, orange and blue. And I said to myself, and I put it up in the Jumbotron, how the Knicks were going to win this game. This game, I said in Smitty's face, this game was going to come down to Precious Achiuwa. Shutting down Pascal Siakam. And what did he do? 16 rebounds tonight. 16. Hartenstein, Achiuwa combined for 47 rebounds tonight. 47. On a night the Knicks shot 21% from the three-point line. That better not happen again. That better never happen again. My paisan. I am going out to somewhere in Little Italy. I'm going to have my suit and tie on, my gold chains. I'm going to get myself some nice penne alla vodka with some beautiful...
Ooh, penne alla vodka.
Big paisan. And second of all, I want to start off by saying this. I know we got a nice 9-game win streak. Do you think I'm satisfied with 9 wins? I should have stayed satisfied with 9 wins. I should have stayed satisfied with 9 wins. Damn it.
We did our thing, man. We won that night. We won that fucking night, man. It is what it is. Shout out to the Lakers, man. Yeah. They did absolutely nothing for the trade deadline.
Nothing. And they were talking about, and I just want to say this. Thank God. Thank the Lord. LeBron James is not a New York Knick. Thank God.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Leon Rose.
Yo, I'm not going to poo-poo LeBron to the Knicks as far as a free agent signing, But if we were to trade for him, that would
No.
have been terrible, man. Because it would have been Randall, it would have been Mitch. It would have just botched the roster, and then we wouldn't have the depth that we have now, man. Maybe Leon would have still made these moves that he made and brought in Boyan and AB for the low. But
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I've had a love hate relationship with LeBron from the minute even before he came to the league. Like literally when LeBron was in high school, he was on ESPN. Like I haven't seen anybody do that since Zion. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean Zion came after LeBron, but like before LeBron, there really wasn't nobody you seen on ESPN every fucking night for high school highlights. You know what I'm saying? They were like bigging him up and giving him the title of the best player in the league, and he wasn't even in the league yet. And I was like a heavy Kobe stan. So like I always had a love hate relationship with Braun from the minute he stepped into the NBA. But I do respect him because he's a champion, all time scorer. He's one of the goats, but he's not the goat to me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Yeah.
man, LeBron for him to play 20 years, that's an amazing feat. And I'm not gonna poo-poo him coming to the Knicks. LeBron, if you want to come to New York, baby, I'm here with open arms, man. Just understand it's Jalen Brunson's team, and we're not doing the clutch politics, man. Shout out to Leon Rose, man. CAA Mafia.
And you taking a league minimum veteran contract. You taking the veteran league minimum. That's what we're
I
doing,
can't
LeBron.
see it, man.
That's
LeBron
what
wants
you're
50
doing.
million.
Nope. You're
Hearing LeBron
taking
wants 50 million.
you're taking a 1-year contract for $10 million, and you're gonna make our lives easier. Anyway, all right. I'm done with the shenanigans. Let's get back to business. Knicks and the Pacers. It will most likely be Tyrese Halliburton against Jalen Brunson. Now, I'll tell you, there was one bad spot about the Knicks that night, and it was Dante DiVincenzo. He did not
Mhm.
shoot well last time against the Pacers. But that being said, the Knicks shot 21% from the floor. So I couldn't say I was too surprised. But the fact that we had 62 points in the paint, that says something. That absolutely says something.
Mhm.
And that's what makes me feel even more confident about this whole thing is the fact that now you've got most likely Brunson coming back, which he absolutely has to. And I started to get a little bit nervous, but I'm not like crazy scared about it. So we should be okay. I'm expecting a big game out of Precious Achua as he's going to stop Pascal Siakam once again. He's going to do it twice. But the one guy that does
He
concern me,
locked us
though,
up.
the one guy that concerns me, though, is Naismith. The Knicks had no answer for him last time.
Yo, man. Shout out to Aaron Neesmith. I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually wanted him to be a Knick. When they were talking about Obi trades, I was looking at Aaron Nesmith at no correction. When they was talking about was it Mitch or was it Obi? No, it was Obi. They was talking
Obi.
about Obi trades. I was saying, why don't we trade for one of the Pacers wings? Because they had just drafted Jarris Walker. They also brought in Bruce Brown. So I'm like, I don't know if Aaron Neesmith is gonna be able to garner enough minutes or whatever. You feel me? But he's been actually starting, I think, or playing. He's been playing really well for them lately. Shout out to Andrew Nemhard. He kind of lost his starting lineup position, I believe. That's RJ's boy. But I was looking at those two in a possible Obi trade because there was talks that we were going to bring back a player you know. So Aaron Neesmith, he's definitely a 3-and-D wing. He's a tweener. He can play the three, he can play the four. Really tough guy, and he's carved out a niche for himself in the league. But man, honestly, I think that was just one of those nights where he played above his game. You feel me? I don't think we're gonna see another lights out performance like that, like Tomley threes, hitting big threes. I don't think we see that. Brunson, as far as Brunson is concerned, honestly, I'd be cool with him sitting out tonight or put him on a minutes restriction because Tyrese Halliburton is on a minutes restriction. So you play Brunson when Halliburton plays, and when he's out the game, take Brunson out and run with what you got. You feel me? It's always next man up. This is the
Next
regular
man
season.
up.
I want to keep JB healthy, And we beat the Pacers the last game, so they got to play catch up. You feel me? This game might be like circled on their calendar, but for the Knicks, it's like, yo, we still healing up, man. We still getting right. We getting ready for a deep playoff run, man. So I don't think we're really concerned about the Indiana Pacers tonight specifically. You feel me? But you got to come ready to play every game, man. So I know the Knicks are going to come out and play tough, and they're going to put up a fight. You know what I'm saying? But if we don't play Jalen Brunson, or if we put him on a minutes restriction, either way, I'm good, man. I just want
And
us to be
where
healthy for the right time.
and one final thing, where can we watch this game tonight on Twitter? Where can we find you?
I'm gonna be doing post game. Shout out to CPNY. I think I'm gonna be doing post game with him, but I may have to do a space for the post game. So I don't know, man. I'm still trying to figure that out, man. I gotta hit up CP and figure it out, man. But I'm gonna be around, man. I'm gonna be on your timeline. You're gonna see Jay from East New York, man. At Anytime Knicks, man. We definitely gonna be giving you more content. We definitely gonna be out here in these Twitter streets. LOL.
All righty. So before we go call it a show, one final thing. Let's get the score predictions for tonight. What's your score prediction? Because I'm thinking 115. Actually, I'm going to go low scoring. 99-104 Knicks. 104-99. Low scoring
Okay,
game.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 101 112 because the Knicks can score. Our bench has been putting up points, and with the additions of AB and Bogdan, if Bojan Bogdanovic, if he plays, I think the Knicks are gonna blow this Pacers team out the water. You feel me? Like, especially if Brunson plays too. So it's kind of situational for me, but I do think it's gonna be right at the hundreds. You feel me? I think both teams are gonna be approaching 100 points or a little bit above. You feel me? So, like you said, that's a pretty good prediction. 99-104. I got them at probably like 100, 101. And the Knicks are going to put up their season averages. I believe they're going to be able to drop 109 points easily.
I see what you're talking about, and I really like that standpoint. So with all that being said, that's going to wrap it up for today's episode. Knicks got a huge game tonight against the Pacers, as we already talked about. I'm looking forward to seeing this second half of Knicks season. I don't know about you. I'm excited. I'm crazy excited for this. It's going to be a wild ride for the rest of the regular season.
Definitely excited, man. This is going to be a good one. It's only one game, but the Pacers. I'm super stoked to see my new additions to the team. Shout out to Alec Burks. This is his second stint. But Bojan, man, I can't wait to see Bojan. Yo, that first three that he knocks down, oh my God. The building is gonna erupt. They're gonna love this guy. He is gonna become the Knicks fan favorite. Shout out to Dante, because he's been the Knicks fan favorite. But normally the Knicks fan favorite tends to be guy on somebody that comes in and they just become a live wire on either end of the floor, offensively or defensively. And I think Burks, my guy, but I think Bojan is going to surprise a lot of people. You got guys like Richard Jefferson. Oh yeah, he may average 20 points. He's a tweener. You can play him at the 3. You can play him at the 4. You can play him with Randall. You can play him with OG. You can play him with anybody. So I think that Tibbs is going to utilize that guy because he's a veteran, of course. He knows what to do on the floor. And Tibbs loved that, a la Taj Gibson. You feel me? Taj Gibson, when he was a younger power forward / center, that was his game. You feel me? He could knock down a 3. He could get in a post. He could make a pass out the post. You feel me? Like, Taj was a Swiss Army knife. And I think Bojan, who's a little bit younger, a much better shooter, you feel me? He is going to thrive in this Tom Thibodeau offense and defense, man, because he's going to get in those passing lanes. He's not no slouch on defense, guys. We did not lose much on the defensive end, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be okay, man.
And it's going to show for the rest of the future. But like I said, that's going to be all for today's episode. As for Jay, I'm JJ. Y'all know that. We'll see you guys next week for episode 3. And Orange and Blue Skies, baby. And let's go Knicks. You can catch Jay every Wednesday at 10 a.m. anytime Knicks. You can catch me. I'll be on your Twitter. I'll be either talking about football, basketball, baseball, wrestling, you name it. I do it all. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a blessed day. Let's go.